Hi everyone, it's Harry. So this is my vlog after seeing about 10 days or one third of the month of January. I don't want to get political about things, but right now we're seeing the political fallout and how it affects Calgary real estate. That's my belief. There's so much economic uncertainty on there. Obviously Prime Minister Trudeau has resigned, pending election of a new Liberal leader. Government's been prorogued for 3 months to March. Well, let's call it 2 months, I guess. So we're going to get no economic action while the U.S. are about to potentially hit us with tariffs. This uncertainty has caused a lot of people to hold off on purchase items, and we're starting to see this effect in our real estate market. We see our sales are down. If you think about it, at least 25% year over year. That's my prediction anyway, if not more. And pricing is down somewhere between 5 to 10% in the categories. The only category that's somewhat stable has been the semi-detached market because it doesn't have condo fees, it has some land, and is not as expensive as detached homes. So, if what does this all mean? If you're willing to take a little bit of risk as a buyer, it's not a bad time to buy. But on the flip side, if you're a seller, it's probably where you have to hold off a little bit unless you're forced to sell because of mortgage issues and whatever. So that's where we're at right now. I'm of two minds of this market. I said that earlier. All this uncertainty has depressed our market. Has net migration, has demand really changed? I would suggest that demand's only changed because everyone's sitting on the fence. There's still pent up, which means pent up demand is slowly building. And when all this uncertainty clears, we may see a significant uptick because we still have a housing shortage across Canada, especially in Alberta where net migration is still high. Things haven't really changed from those who are landlords and everything else out there because interest rates have been quick to go up and sticky coming down. So landlords are still having to pay their mortgage payments. I'm a landlord. Thank goodness most of my properties were acquired quite a while back, so melees don't affect me as much. But if you just acquired a property for rental and then purpose-built rental properties, you're underwater. So if you're a renter and you can get into a place, this is not a bad time to do that. Not that our brokerage does property management, but that's a thought for me as a landlord to you. Landlords will try to maintain their tenants. That won't change. I mean, let's face it. If you try to search for a cheaper or a better quality property when things switch around, which I expect them to happen, and somewhere around mid year this year when things start to fix themselves, when we have a clear direction for our government, clear direction for our economy, because now literally we have I don't believe we'll have a true federal response for the U.S. tariffs because everyone's prorogued. That means the provincial governments are left to do the, I guess, dirty work, if you will, which is really sad. We elect federal governments and they end up not doing their job. And that can be any political stripe. So this is what's disconcerting right now. There are some folks on the fence, but this is when prudent buyers or the smart money starts looking at stuff because there's uncertainty. Things are, I think, a bit of a low right now. I believe that come mid-year we will look back and say, hey, this was a good buying opportunity for things because on the whole, the Canadian economy isn't great, but has things really fallen out? Not really. The only big thing is the tariff concerns and the potential impact on the Canadian economy. My beliefs is still, how can a U.S. government fight all countries? I mean, they want to fight Canada, Mexico, China, all these other countries around the world with tariffs, including Russia and everywhere else. If you are a war historian fighting fronts, whether they be economic or true, they call a killing type war, multiple front combat is not a good thing. If this is all bluster, it'll go away in a couple of months, and then when the market responds, if you're a buyer, you're behind the eight ball, because when it changes, it'll change quickly, and by the time you realize it's changed, you're done. So for my comment is, if you can buy at a reasonable value that fits your budget right now, it's not a bad thing to do. Sellers, on the flip side, as I said earlier, if you can hold off till you see some kind of daylight, it might be a good time. Obviously, you risk, if you are forced to sell, or you have a short time frame where you have to sell, put it on the market now and try to get it close your sale, because we're in for some rough waters for at least a few months, even maybe 3 to 4 months. I don't see this clearing out till the end of spring and early summer. It's just the way it is. That's why I'm disappointed in how the political parties have, especially the governing ones, have responded to this, especially on the federal level, because this is not helping Canada, and you'd think we're one country. Anyway, hopefully this gives you my insights and some thoughts about buying and selling in Calgary real estate. Still, if you want to buy a single family home, probably not a bad time if you can weather the storms. So have a great upcoming new year, and hopefully there'll be some clarity sooner rather than later.